With a new lease on life, I was ready to go back to school and become an RN. It became my dream job. I loved being a nurse in a hospital. But then, in the meantime, I put God on the back burner. I was like done with church, done with all of the things that had been happening. So now I was juggling work, raising 4 kids, and looking to have some fun. I was ready to go out and have a good time. So this friend of mine, a girlfriend of mine from high school, when she found out I was divorced again, she said, well, let's just go to country western bars and go dancing. I said, yes, that sounds wonderful to me. And that's where husband number 3, a guy named Dwayne, he just swept me off that dance floor. We had several years of fun, but there's a but in this story also. I know, you can't believe it. But he had an eye for the ladies, and they for him. I found out that he was having an affair with a young girl from work who was 20 years younger than I was. She was about 23. Well, that was over, you know. And so now I was divorced for the 3rd time. I continued to gravitate to cheating, abusive men. And, I thought I'd be like my mom and dad. They'd been married Dad died in 13. They would have been married 63 years. Happy. We had a sweet family. And I had no relatives. I had no aunts, no uncles that had ever gotten divorced. So it was like the old proverbial scarlet letter, only it was a D on my face. The Apostle Paul says in the Bible, a scripture, and it's forgetting those things that are behind and keep moving forward. Well, that was the message. That's basically the message for my life. Because I thought, I couldn't change any of those marriage failures. I could learn from the past, but I wasn't bound to the things I had done. I could change my next decisions, and I did. Well, around this time, my youngest son, James, was starting to have some trouble in school. I thought it was due to the fact of just being a rebellious teen, my full-time working, and me getting another divorce. I thought maybe all that, and I even thought it might have been drugs. But I found out I missed the first warning signs of a much bigger problem. It was mental illness. I had no idea, and he was 16 years at this time, 16 years old. So I turned all my attention to James and to my other 3 children, and I didn't date for several years.